Hi, this is Bruce Dwyer for glutenfreepages.com.au. Today I'm delivering report 4 called Gluten-Free America World Leading Growth. Now we're looking at America because, based on research of Google Network search statistics, this report shows that USA is now the leading gluten-free online search country in terms of absolute search numbers as well as relative celiac searches per month statistics. This last figure baselines all countries against each other and adjusts for internet penetration and Google market share. So we basically know that in reality the country is also doing extremely well. And as we know that online leads offline purchases in growth markets, this suggests that celiac disease diagnosis and purchases of gluten-free food have massive growth potential. Now the first graph we look at is America's global position, so how America is based compared to all other leading countries in the gluten-free markets. As you can see from the graph, the red spheres have nearly doubled in search volume over the 2009 period, and this is an increase from 4 million to 8.4 million searches per month. So America is leading Canada, Australia and the UK. The next thing we look at is America's gluten-free search seasonality. So comparing the last 4 years of searches for the term gluten-free, we can see that America's search growth rate builds from January through to December, with the biggest rise always leading up to Christmas. So those Christmas purchases are also very important to the people supplying the foods as well as the people wanting to buy them. Next in this report we look at the gluten-free 7-segment growth. Essentially the top 50 Google gluten-free associated terms were segmented into 7 groups. And of those 7 groups, the generic gluten-free group comprises 64% of terms being searched, and celiac about 8%. That means over 5 million GF generic searches, which is the red part of the search bars, per month were on Google networks. And it shows that there, by comparing it to Australia, that the segment proportions are similar to top gluten-free countries. You'll basically find that America, Canada, US and Australia all have very similar proportions of the way that people search for gluten-free terms, and this is because the generic gluten-free term now pull up major gluten-free websites such as ours, which have everything inside of it, so people aren't necessarily having to search for specific terms as much anymore. They know that it will always be found inside of the major sites. And the final graph we look at is the US state growth. The highest gluten-free search growth states are plotted against the American average, and it shows that there is a strong correlation between the highest growth states and the wealthiest states. That's based on the average income of the people in those states. As you can see, we've got Colorado, Oregon, Washington, Minnesota, Massachusetts and Connecticut all being above the all USA average line there for growth. So that is showing that these states are growing very, very fast as far as the uptake of gluten-free products and people searching for them goes. So in summary, based on the top 200 gluten-free associated search terms, USA is the leading global country in absolute and relative terms. We've had a look at the proportion, the way that these search terms are in the top 50 terms that are being searched, and the majority of searches, 64%, are in the gluten-free generic group with words such as gluten-free, gluten-free foods, gluten-free products. We've had a look at a graph that shows that the growth builds steadily over the year for the last 4 years, with the highest growth being the lead up to Christmas, and that the wealthiest American states have the highest gluten-free growth rates of all the states. So if you'd like to see this kind of information and any of these specific things brought out in detail in specific articles, please visit us on the glutenfreepages.com.au website for more information and articles, data and graphs. Thank you very much for your time.